Buzz Beeman, back with episode 10 of TC Streets, your monthly shot into the main line of the Twin Cities. This month's installment includes an exclusive clip of corn and soy farmers and Governor Walz crying inconsolably after the election of Donald Trump. We have a new segment called Go Bag, a history highlight, an interview with Wild defenseman Brock Anderson, and an in-depth story about the newest dance craze sweeping the metro. So slip into that little black dress or tux, grab a martini or some weed water, and melt into your couch. It's TC Streets time. Nick Hammer, the comic plumber, back again with a restroom review, brought to you, once again, by Acme Plumbing, Ltd. Unless your pockets are empty and you are facing a stiff fine for public defecation, meaning there's a cop in the immediate area, under no circumstances are you to use this porta potty, aptly named Brothel Number 2. All forms of public and semi-private degeneracy and shenanigans have taken place between these semi-private four walls. You'll find feces, condoms, needles, scraps of tinfoil, and booze bottles scattered about the place. What you won't find is toilet paper or public decency. If it weren't for the work of Councilman Rip Sanders, this place would have been gone long ago. Rumor has it that Rip has made tens of thousands of dollars off various schemes involving this property. If that weren't enough, there's the legend of the Swamp Man. Need I say more? Please, for the love of God, if you don't have a job interview and you can't hold it, just poop your pants. It'll be much safer physically and hygienically. Just clean up when you get home. I give this porta potty a half star for keeping the Swamp Man off the street during the day. Nick Hammer, the comic plumber, signing off saying, in this very extreme case, keep it in your pants.
I'm going to make Mike Lindell head of the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. Because nobody knows as much about drugs as Mike Lindell. He's very qualified, very, very qualified. If you can sniff it, snort it, smoke it, or shoot it, Mike Lindell's done it. He might be overqualified. He really might be overqualified.
Buzz Beeman here with a very exciting news. Today we have with us Rubbles the Clown.
I see you brought a visitor today. Yes, this is my son, Brick. Nice to meet you, Brick. What grade are you in? Fuck you, you son of a bitch. Why, that's mighty salty language for a child. He's a chip off the old block. Fuck you, Rubbles.
All right, this is for the Christmas lovers. 3, 4. Snow. Rolling snowman on the lawn. Snowbird singing at the dawn. We're getting near it. It's Christmas spirit. Candle glow on windowsill. Kids are sliding down the hill. We're getting near it. It's Christmas spirit. The choir sings in harmony. Far off bells are telling me it's got to be. If sad and lonely is your case, a lump of coal puts a grin on a snowman's face. We're getting near it. It's Christmas spirit. The choir sings in harmony. Far off bells are telling me there's got to be rolling snowmen on the lawn, snowbirds singing at the dawn. We're getting near it. It's Christmas spirit. We're getting near it. It's Christmas spirit. Merry Christmas, Witwicky.
Today, we're happy to welcome our very own worldwide sensation, Tootie McToole. Tootie, may I call you that? Tootie, what are you doing with all your internet success? Are you pulling in the moolah? Please, Mr. Tootie, can we stick to the questions? Well, it seems Mr. Tootie McToole is a man of few words. Buzz Beeman signing off. If you can't beat them, join them. Oh no, I think I pooped my pants. Can we get someone in here? I think we may need a new couch. This episode was brought to you by No Drip Diapers LLC.
I will now read a letter to the president from our friend, Quiet Tim Cotton. Dear Mr. President, I know you are very busy with the economy and bringing peace to the world, but I am very lonely and would appreciate it if you could help me meet some people, seeing how you are so popular. I've never had any money, but I know you worked your way up in the business. I'm a hard worker too. Could you possibly put in a good word with Deutsche Bank? I'm trying to start a landscaping company. I'm a very snappy dresser, and I painted my toilet gold, just like you. Finally, please, Mr. President, could you send me a picture of Melania or Marla Maples, as I like those two the best. Thanks again. Warm regards, Quiet Tim Cotton. Next, we're pleased to bring you some comedy clips from the new comedy show by Nick Hammer, the Comic Plumber. So, forget those leaking faucets, sit back, and watch the show.
They say only the good die young. I think I know why. The immune systems of the jerks are boosted by family and food service spitting in their food. I've made a lot of mistakes in this life, but this time I may have gone too far. I need a psychiatrist to tell me why I had a bag of groceries tattooed on my penis. I was having a reoccurring dream in which I was stepping barefoot into human feces when I left my bed. So I decided to try wearing shoes to bed. This worked for a few weeks, but now I dream I'm a shoe salesman that's paid in shoeboxes full of diarrhea. Chicago. Ah, Chicago, where the wind, inside and out, is scented of pizza. The land of broad shoulders and pimply backs. I miss your bleary eyes and your onion breath. You smell like my grandma, and she's in a diaper. I don't know if the glass is half empty or half full. What I find most interesting is what the poor do with the backwash. This is what one of my teachers said. in art studio mannequin class. Okay, put a penis or two in there and at least 7 vaginas. The University of Rochester put human brain cells in mice. Now there's a slippery slope. The ethics department said it was okay because everyone else was doing it. People are worried about self-driving cars. Heck, I think people are in self-driving cars at least half the time. 100 men with the most Neanderthal gene percentage are being studied by the Pentagon for bulkiness. My kid asked Alexa why God hated him. Alexa replied, because you don't buy the right stuff. Harry Nuts had delusions of glandular. He usually saw himself with coconuts. He said, I know they aren't really nuts, but they include the amount of liquid that I envision. Having been a beat reporter for 38 years, I've seen my share of ups and downs. Recently, I've noticed a tremendous amount of uncertainty and general unease. This has led to the staff and I at TC Street's decision to bring you a new segment we're calling Go Bag. You got one? Periodically, we will bring in an expert, celebrity, or an average Joe to share with us what they include in their Go Bag. At this point, you may be asking, what is a Go Bag? Well, it's very simple. It's a bag you can quickly grab and run with in case of an emergency. Without any further ado, our first guest in Go Bag, You Got One, is none other than Nick Hammer, the comic plumber. Take it away, Nick. Thanks, Buzz. I'm excited to be back on TC Streets. Also, hopefully share some tips to help make life after a quick escape more bearable. So let's start with the start, the bag. I recommend a standard book bag. Throw it over your shoulder and run. Now the items for the escape. First, I always have a laminated photo of Gene Fern Rustler. One should never risk water damage with precious photos. My second item is a retractable plunger. I'm a plumber after all. Third item, toilet paper. I've never been able to tolerate the leaf wipe. I don't know how the caveman did it. And you can't always count on a nearby stream. Fourth, duct tape. An obvious multi-purpose choice. Fifth, my union card. Sixth, an abridged version of Les Miserables containing excerpts pertaining to and scenes taking place in the Paris sewers. Seventh, a plastic novelty turd, because when you're on the run, a laugh can go a long way. And finally, my bronze baby shoes. I go nowhere without my bronze baby shoes. In fact, in my will, it specifies that I hold a baby shoe in each hand as I'm slowly lowered into the ground. Let's hope my Go Bag puts off that eventuality for as long as possible. Nick Hammer, the comic plumber, signing off saying, Go Bag. You got one? This public service was brought to you by Survival of the Fittest, your one-stop Go Bag shop. Survival of the Fittest Go Bags also come in many other contemporary styles, such as the ever-popular Government, Burn It All Down, and Quilting, It's Soft. Hello, I'm Dr. In a Bind. TC Streets has asked me to review my psych ward as a public service. Today's psych ward review is brought to you by Feel Good Enterprises, your leader in picking you up when you're down. For the past 3 years, I have been walking and working the halls and rooms of Sunshine Estates near Cokato. Let's cut to the chase. Here's my review. No one has left, including me. I give this place 0 straitjackets. Hey, get your hands off of me. I'm telling your mom. I'm the president, for Christ's sakes. I have work to do. We offer our sincerest apologies to Feel Good Enterprises, who have no connection whatsoever to Sunshine Estates. It's come to our attention that Mr. Innabind's friend, a very experienced hacker/film director, Jacob Alltrades, has been denied computer privileges after this Sunrise Estates reporting debacle. All we can say at TC Streets is, they seem to be a very creative bunch down there at Sunshine Estates. If only they could accept the insanity of reality. There once was a man from Nantucket with a dick as big as a bucket. He said with a frown as he sat himself down, "If I get another erection, I'm going to pass out." The Minnesota Supreme Court ruled that a gun owner didn't have the right to point a gun at a man threatening him with a machete. In response, Quiet Tim Cotton has submitted this editorial to TC Streets, which we have deemed highly entertaining. It reads as follows. Dear listeners, I feel there are only 3 logical actions in response to a man wielding a machete in public. First, death. Second, incarceration. Third, institutionalization. The man who had the gun didn't kill the man with the machete, so I hope the machete man is either incarcerated or institutionalized. I'm aware some will argue that there is occasionally a do-gooder who carries a machete, possibly as a delivery tray, for hot dogs, hamburgers, and the occasional gumball. But I feel this is an extremely rare occurrence, and under the circumstances, it is important to paint with a broad brush. You may argue that a gun and knife are equally as dangerous. Why should those be used in public? To which I answer, exactly. Who would pick a machete when he could use a gun or a knife? Answer, the criminally insane. Quiet Tim Cotton signing off saying, my neighbor has a machete. I hope he's serving hot dogs.
And now for another excerpt from the American Institute of Architects Guide to Downtown St. Paul. The Point Condominiums of St. Paul, a vaguely postmodern apartment tower from the same architects who produced Cray Plaza. The architecture isn't especially pretentious, but the building's name, with its extra silly E, is.
Three, two.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Well, that's it, folks. Another episode is come and gone. We'll see you next month with episode 11 of TC Streets. We're going to go out with that, once again, that superstar band out of the Twin Cities, Frenzy, doing their newest hit, Now.
3, 4. I keep thinking that it ain't alright.